Welcome. You are listening to the Curiosity Never Retires podcast presented by the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at University of the Pacific.
Welcome to our very first Curiosity Never Retires podcast. My name is Jennifer Juanitez. I'm the program director at OLLI at Pacific. Just a little background on myself. I've been with OLLI since 2016. I started as the administrative assistant and then became the interim director when my predecessor left. And now I am officially the program director for a little over 1 year now. I'd like to give you a little information about what we're going to be doing on the podcast. First of all, it's going to be about a half-hour program, and we're going to be doing interviews. We're going to interview OLLI members, OLLI volunteers, OLLI instructors, pretty much anyone who's involved with OLLI. We're going to try to interview them and get their perspective. Our goal is to overcome myths and misconceptions about aging. So I want to give you an explanation of what OLLI is. So if you aren't familiar with OLLI, you'll, by the end of hopefully this first podcast, understand what we do and who we are. So a little bit more about myself so you kind of have an idea of who's talking to you right now. I'm a graduate of Pacific. I actually graduated in 2018 in what we call the Org-B program. Org-B stands for Organizational Behavior. It is a degree program that is offered at the university, and it is a program that allows you to attend school at night. It's really great for business professionals who want to go back to school and finish their degree. The slogan is finish what you started, so it's a great program if you're thinking about going back to college. And they changed the name. It's now called Organizational Leadership, but it's basically, I would describe it as a mix of business classes and communication classes. So anyway, highly recommend the Organizational Leadership program. I'm married. I have 3 kids. I grew up in a town called Newman, California, not too far from Stockton. When I grew up, there was only about 3,500 people. Now there's over 11,000. Still small, but quite a bit bigger than when I lived there. I enjoy walking. I started the Weekend Walkers with OLLI. We meet every Saturday here at the campus at the Burns Tower. And it's a lot of fun to be on campus and sharing things on campus with OLLI members, and they really like it. I also like binge watching Netflix, visiting museums, reading, and traveling. And I'll talk a little bit more about OLLI's travel program in a little bit. It's a lot of opportunity to travel when you're an OLLI member. So first of all, more about OLLI. So what is OLLI? OLLI is an acronym, OLLI. It stands for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. And what do we do? So each year, OLLI provides intellectually stimulating non-credit classes and lectures, interest groups, local and international trips, and special events. So that's what we do in a nutshell. OLLI's mission statement is to build and maintain a wide range of high-quality educational programs and experiences designed for adults 50 or older, fostering intellectual explorations and a sense of community. We say designed for adults 50 or older because really it's for all adults. We say designed because our classes are usually during the day when most people are working. And additionally, some of the content is more appropriate for 50 and over, meaning things such as this week, our lecture is about Medicare Part D. So it is more age appropriate to 50 and over. But in general, we're open to the public. Anyone 18 or over can be a member. Our vision is to be a vital, diverse community of active learners supported by a strong volunteer participation. OLLI currently has somewhere between 60 and 70 volunteers. We couldn't do what we're doing without the help of our volunteers. That includes our board members, volunteers at our lecture sites, and also committee members. We also have instructors that volunteer. This semester, we have approximately 28 instructors, and 8 of them volunteered their time and talent to teach OLLI classes and give OLLI lectures. A little bit about the Osher Foundation. So in OLLI, Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, probably wondering what is Osher. So Osher is a foundation, and they endowed us with money to do our program here at Pacific. It was started by Bernard and Barbara, his wife, Bernard and Barbara Osher. And the Osher Foundation was established in 1977, is located in San Francisco, and they are patrons of higher education and arts. They started the very first Osher Foundation, or Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, They started the very first Osher Lifelong Institute at the University of Maine. So Bernard Osher is from Maine, and he learned about this program they had called the Senior College Network. And in 2001, he gave them an endowment, and they changed the name to the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. That's where we got our very first OLLI. And it grew from there. Maybe we should talk a little bit about what is lifelong learning. It's non-vocational, so it's not job training. There's no degrees or certificates. Really, there's no, homework either or tests. Some may say a few of the classes have homework, but I think, in general, it's not a requirement. It's also known as adult liberal education. We first heard of lifelong learning in this type of capacity in the U.S. in the 1960s. The very first official program was called the Institute for Retired Professionals in New York, put together by retired teachers. So what do we offer? What does OLLI do as far as classes and courses? Well, first of all, if you become an OLLI member, everyone starts new as an OLLI member in the fall, which usually starts in August for us, and you pay your membership fee, and that's good for the whole year, which for us is 2 semesters, fall and spring. And your OLLI membership includes so many things. Probably one of the most popular thing is our lecture series. So every week we have a lecture given by a different instructor, or maybe a professor on campus, someone maybe an expert in their field. And the lectures are about an hour and a half long, and we offer them at 3 different locations. On Mondays, they're at O'Connor Woods Retirement Community. Tuesdays are here on the University of Pacific campus at the Janet Leigh Theater. And on Wednesdays in Lodi at First United Methodist Church. And these lectures, like I said, are our most well-attended thing we offer. And they're included as a member. You don't have to pay extra for them. You don't have to register for them. You just decide if you want to go to one and check it out. What you also get as a member are lots of benefits here on campus. You get access to the library, access to the Bond Fitness Center, our pool, and a big one is you get parking. So the parking pass for here on campus is kind of a big deal because if you're an employee here, you actually have to pay for that parking pass. So as an OLLI member, it's already included in your membership benefits. And we do have quite a few classes here on campus in addition to, as I mentioned, the lecture. And also, as a member, you get admission for 2 for free at conservatory concerts through the entire year. So that includes the University Symphony Orchestra, the Pacific Jazz Ensemble, the Symphonic Wind Ensemble, University Concert Band, and the Resident Artist Series. So that's quite a few conservatory concerts through the year. Its estimated annual value is $200. So the price of all these great benefits is only $95 for the entire year. So you get a huge value, a lot of things. In addition to that, there are classes that we offer that have additional costs on top of the membership fee. If you want to join the classes, we have different things like visual arts, drawing, watercolor. We have computer lab classes, anything from learning how to use your laptop to a PowerPoint presentation to digital photos. And you can take just one class. You don't have to take the series of computer classes. Just kind of find what you need to do. One of our really popular things to do at OLLI is our wine tasting. Each month we go to Lodi and the Lodi area, Woodbridge, Campo, and we go wine tasting. It's a lot of fun. It's a good social activity that we do together. We also offer cooking classes in Lodi. We offer 3 different cooking classes each semester at Cheese Central. It's a little cheese shop, and in the back she has a full kitchen, and she offers cooking classes there. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. We're trying to do more and more educational courses. So this semester we have a beginning birding class with David Yee, who, in addition to the birding class, takes us on bird watching safaris. We call them bird safaris. We had a Chinese calligraphy class. We have Exploring Latin America through Films class. We have a gardening class. So many classes we're offering. One of the ones I want to mention especially is called the Intergenerational Discussions Exploring Aging class, or IDEA for short, IDEA. That class in particular is free, and the reason we make it free is because it's a collaboration with the psychology students. And we really want to explore these things that we could do with the students on campus. So we have OLLI members talk to psychology students about aging and the lifespan, stereotypes, relationships and aging, also things such as memory, dementia, things of that nature. And talking with the students, I think that's a huge valuable thing that is beneficial for both OLLI members and the students. So we love those on-campus collaborations. We also offer health and wellness classes such as Tai Chi, gentle yoga, meditation, and special events. These vary from semester to semester, but generally each semester we have what we call a Lunch and Learn program, and those are free as well. This semester we have one about estate planning, and we also have another one called Navigating the Elder Care Maze, and they are hosted by the speaker, so that's why they're free. And our fun adventures. So we try to get out and explore as much as we can. Like I mentioned earlier, we do bird watching safaris. We also try to at least do one, what we call spiritual tour every semester to different temples or churches. We have tours such as here on campus, on the Pacific campus. We are going to do the Reynolds Gallery tour and look at artworks that are being exhibited during the time of the actual tour, which is always a lot of fun. And sometimes we'll go out of the area. This semester we're going to go to the Amador County Museum. We're also going to stay here in Stockton for an arena tour of the Stockton Arena. So those are just an example. I know it's a lot of information, but a lot of fun stuff that we do. I wanted to give you an overview. Just this past year, we started offering travel. So we travel with Colette Travel Company, and we took a trip to Ireland. It was so much fun. Quite a few people went, including myself. It was 2 weeks in Ireland. We saw the whole island. 24 of us went together, and it was just amazing. If you've never been to Ireland, go, because the people love Americans there. And I heard that the food wasn't very good, but that's a lie. The food is amazing. That's my kind of food, I guess. We also are going to be doing other travel. Actually, we just had a trip recently. Some of our members went on a trip to the islands of New England. They just got back. It was a 1-week trip. They went to Boston, Rhode Island, Hyannisport, Martha's Vineyard, and had a great trip. We're getting ready to go to Spain and Portugal in March. Next fall 2020, we're going to do a Music Cities tour, Nashville, Memphis, and New Orleans. That one sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We've also added a French Riviera tour that'll just be in Nice, France. But I guess there's so much to explore in that area. It's a 9-day trip. And in February of 2021, we're going to Panama. So if you want to learn more about those trips, just go to olli.pacific.edu. That's olli.pacific.edu. All right, kind of want to go back a little bit to more information about OLLI and lifelong learning. So some OLLI information. There are actually 123 OLLIs across the United States. We have at least one OLLI in every state, including Washington, D.C. There are approximately 164,000 OLLI members located in 363 cities and towns. The average age of OLLI members, 72. More than half of OLLI members are age 65 to 74. At OLLI at Pacific, we finished our academic year last year with 598 members. So OLLI makes up about a quarter of all formal adult education in the United States. There are other lifelong learning programs. For example, here in Stockton, there is a program called Cycle at San Joaquin Delta Community College. And Cycle, I believe, stands as SICL, Stockton Institute of Continuous Learning. And they also have formal adult education. Another example would be Sacramento State has a lifelong learning program called Renaissance. So there are other programs out there, but, I'm kind of biased. I think OLLI is the best, of course. OLLI at Pacific also has only 1.45 employees. I know that's a weird number, but I'm the full-time employee, and then we have a part-time administrative assistant, Joanna, and she normally a half-time person would be 20 hours. Joanna's 17.5, so that's why it's 1.45 employees. Before there was OLLI at Pacific, there was a lifelong learning program called Pacific Experience. That was started in 1997. It was a one-page flyer. I think they had 5 lectures, and they were around 77 members. So we became OLLI officially in 2006 here at Pacific, and that's because we had the association of the Osher Foundation, and they were giving grants to get these lifelong learning programs going and built up. So each year we received a $100,000 grant from 2006 until 2010. At that point, we received the endowment from the Osher Foundation of $1 million. The way we were able to receive that is we increased the membership over 500 people every year for those few years. Just so you know, the endowment, we don't touch the endowment. Half of it, we do get to use the interest that's earned on the endowment every year. Half of that is used for expenses, and the other half is reinvested back into the endowment. Why is lifelong learning important? Well, it's estimated that by 2030, 20% of the U.S. population will be 65 or older. That means every day, 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every single day. So it's a really growing part of our community, and we want to be able to service them with lifelong learning programs. It's also really important to one's health and well-being as we age, emotionally and psychologically. So we want to be available to people if they want not only to learn, but also want a community of like-minded people to socialize with. This year, we also started a fundraising campaign to support OLLI at Pacific. You may wonder why that's important. Well, we are a nonprofit under the umbrella of the university, but also more importantly, we're what they call a spin-down foundation. So the Osher Foundation will be giving away the bulk of their funds in a set period of time. So it's important to fundraise so that we continue the future of OLLI and make sure it's secure. One thing that's happening right now is we are currently able to qualify for additional $25,000 grant each year for the next 3 years. But after that, we don't know if there will be any additional funds. It could be just based on what we have moving forward. So if you're interested in donating to OLLI, just go to our website, olli.pacific.edu. That's olli.pacific.edu. Click on the orange box on the left that says Make a Gift. We do get lots of support from the university, although we don't get direct funds. We have a lot of in-kind contributions. When I talk to other OLLIs, I know we are very lucky to be here at the University of Pacific. They give us, obviously, the parking passes that I mentioned earlier, and all the accesses to campus, the library, the conservatory, concerts, the fitness center. All those things are thanks to the University of Pacific support. And other departments such as development, advancement services, the broadcasting department that we're using today. Those are all collaborations with the university that is no additional cost. In addition to that, anytime we want to use a classroom or use a space for a reception or an event, those are at no cost, in addition to our office space. So we were very grateful for all their support. Something new for OLLI this year is we earned a designation called Age-Friendly University. So technically it is actually for the whole entire university. Well, what is an age-friendly university? Well, there are 10 rules and guidelines we have to follow, and they're all in line with the university's purpose of community outreach and inclusivity. So not only is OLLI age-friendly, but University of the Pacific is age-friendly as well. So I'm really excited to get started on this journey through podcasting and sharing OLLI with everyone. So next week, we're going to be starting our actual interviews. Our first interview will be with Dr. Carla Strickland Hughes. She is an adjunct professor here at the university who teaches psychology, and she specializes in aging and gerontology. So I'm really excited to meet with her and look forward to talking to all of you. Thanks for listening.
This podcast was brought to you by Pacific Tiger Broadcasting. Check us out on Instagram at PTB Live or on our website at ptblive.com.